welcome to Bad Music Taste and Other Ways to Ruin Your Life. My name is Dominic.
And my name is Sam.
Sam has this week's record.
This week's record is Salad Days by Minor Threat. This record was originally released in July 1985 on Discord Records. The copy I have here is a repressing on black vinyl. But anyways, today's guest is Jake Kiley from Strung Out. How are you, Jake?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
Great. How's it going?
Pretty good. Just chilling, taking it easy today. We had a band practice the other day, which was really fun. It's been a few months, so just getting back into starting to jam, starting to write some more songs.
Okay, you guys are like practicing in person again?
Yeah, we're going to our jam room, and we were actually all five there the other day, which is the first time we practiced with our singer really since February. So, it was really great to get everyone together again, get to see everybody, go through the set, and just kind of get back in the swing of it. And then we'll see. Hopefully next year there's some stuff we can do.
Yeah, seeing all the shows get canceled is. It's not not fun.
Yeah, it's not very pleasant.
It's really a bummer, It's crazy. It's the longest we've ever had off in between tours, really our whole career. So it's weird for everyone, but we're all in it together, and that's what we just have to keep remembering. Like it's not just our band; it's all bands are not on the road; they're not active. So you just have to try to, I keep playing guitar. I keep trying to stay up on my instrument and learn new stuff.
Yeah.
And that's really the best thing you can do right now is just work on yourself, work on being your own instrument even better than you were before this started.
Yeah, I mean, like 2019 was a great year for shows.
It was.
Yeah.
2020, like, I don't know.
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff planned for this year. It's really disappointing because we were going to go back to Europe a couple times. We were going to do Japan and Australia and the US and Canada. So we had a big year ahead of us. So yeah. It was really heartbreaking at the time. But, we're just looking forward to it. Maybe we all needed a break, maybe in some way this is healthy for us to all have a little space and really reevaluate, why we play music and how fortunate we are that we get to do this. So
yeah, you got to look at the positives, though.
Totally. Yeah. And it just, like I said, you can concentrate on your own skill. You can just, there's so many ways to learn music now. You can get a free lesson every day pretty much on YouTube or all these guitar tablature sites. So it's really great. It's all about just how much you want to put into it.
Absolutely. So Strung Out was recently in the new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. How did this come about?
Oh, yeah. It turned out really cool that they invited us to do it. Basically, we just have some people that know the programmers, and we're good friends with Steve Caballero and some of the other old school skaters. And yeah, they just hit us up. They asked us if we'd contribute a song. So of course we were so stoked to be a part of it. We were big fans of the game. We all played that game back, 15, 20 years ago. So for the new version to come out and be a part of it, it's just really great for us. We're honored to be a part of it. And it looks killer.
Oh, yeah.
You guys dig it?
Oh, yeah.
Dom has it, yeah.
I got the Steve Caballero board back there on the wall.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I got...
He's the best.
Oh, yeah. We've been trying to get him on for months now.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but the new game, I got it for my birthday, and the graphics are just amazing. The soundtrack is just amazing.
Yeah.
They
did such a good job. It looks so good, and it looks like it plays a lot like the original, which is cool, but just a much cleaner, faster version. So yeah. Looks great. I gotta get my PS4 working again. It's got I have to upload something. It stopped working. It froze on me. So I gotta get it working. That's the first game I'm gonna get.
Yeah, and they have like the coolest people in the game. It's I can play like Rodney Mullen in this game.
Yeah. That's so cool. You can be all those guys, all the pros.
Yeah, and they have got Costin and everybody like that. Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, Eric Costin. Hell yeah. Oh, that's great, man. I can't wait. Yeah, that's cool. And I guess PS5 comes out next year or in a couple months. So
yeah. Time is flying, honestly.
It is. This has got to be really tough for you guys, being, I'm an old guy, so I'm just sitting around, it's not the hardest thing for me, but you guys want to be out there. You want to be doing stuff. This has got to be so frustrating for you guys.
I mean,
so sorry.
you know, FOMO, everybody always talks about fear of missing out. Right now, there's not much to miss out on because
True.
nobody's really out there.
True,
But I
true,
can't
exactly.
say that it isn't hard because it's like even, you know, school is online. And I understand why it is because safety, you know, and feeling
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's not easy.
It's gotten so
Yeah.
tough. 'Cause I remember being, you know, around your ages and yeah, wanting to be out there. You want to be at the party. You want to be at the place to be. You don't want to be sitting around when there's stuff to do. So yeah, it's going to be back. You know, you guys have been great dealing with this. Everyone's been so patient, and let's hope that, you know, this next year it really turns the corner. And you know, if everyone takes it serious, hopefully some things, you know, work well with the treatments and stuff, and then we can be out there again. We can go to shows and we can go to movies, and you guys can go to parties, and it'll be back. So let's cross our fingers, you know. But you know, yeah, that's the thing. You know, you just got to stay busy right now. Got to just kind of find things to improve on, and concerts. You know, it's a crazy thing. The live environment, like we just want to get people together. That's our whole point, is bringing as many people together as possible. So it's unfortunately maybe going to be one of the last things to come back because of that.
Right.
And like
But,
punk
you know,
rock shows, especially.
Yeah,
exactly.
like the news always talks about. They're like, oh, well, stuff's happening with sports, stuff's happening with the movie theaters and everything. Music is the one thing they haven't even talked about. Like it hasn't even been brought up on stations.
Yeah. It's so true. It's so true. Yeah, everyone's so concerned about sporting events and things like that, which they're able to do. It seems they've been able to work that out. But a concert, it's, you know, I know there's been live streams and a lot of bands are doing that, but there's no real simulating being there and watching a live band.
Yeah, not at all.
That's the thing, and it's going to be really, you know, it's going to be so great. Whoever's tour lines up with shows coming back is going to be like the best tour ever. You know,
yeah, for
sure. I'm so excited to come out and see that show. So we'll see. You know, we'll see. Hopefully by next summer or something.
Yeah,
But
like
we're hoping.
things are just like they're opening like too quickly. As much as I like would love to go to a show, like I'm not gonna rush out like right away.
Yeah. You gotta be safe, man. You gotta.
And like
No rush.
even if it's like there's tables and they're each 6 feet apart and you have to wear a mask and you have to do this, like I don't know, like same thing.
Yeah, it's just going to be, it's not going to feel like a fun thing to go to if you can't really feel safe.
It feels like I'm going to like a bookstore.
Yeah, and you don't want the show to be that sort of sterile environment anyway. You know, it's got to be the fun, interactive sort of thing that's made it what it is. So yeah, you know, so in that regard, there's no point rushing it. We got to just put safety first, as they say, and just make sure that we all get back in the right way. And yeah, because you don't want to go on tour and then have people not coming to the shows because they're afraid to come. Like that's just bad for everyone. You know, it's stupid to do. So yeah, no one's going to try to rush it, luckily.
Yeah, and they're like opening schools too quickly too.
Yeah, and they just have to close them right back down, it seems.
Right, they see it obviously backfiring. So I'm like, after the first time it didn't work, why did you keep trying?
I know.
That didn't make it any better.
A lot of adults in this country have no patience. You know, it's like they're teaching all the kids to have patience, but like, where's your patience to get through this and buckle down? And we all hate this. Like, I hate having to wear a mask. I hate having to be home. But you know what? If it helps you, if it helps protect others, if it helps us get through this quicker, then absolutely count me in. And if you are resisting it, then you're just going to slow the whole process down. And it's just going to, you know, you guys get it. So why don't
totally. Like, I feel like some people are just kind of like, almost like selfish about it. They're like, oh, well, I don't want to wear one, so I don't have to. And it's like, but think about the people around you. Like the people you are in contact with might have people at home that, you know, they can't take that risk. So
it's completely selfish because that's it. You know, it's them going, oh, it's not worth my effort to try to protect you and try to protect the people that I love around me. You know, it's like, that's the thing. We're doing it to protect others as much or more than trying to protect yourself. And it's very revealing. It kind of shows, wow, this person they don't care enough about really even trying to take the minimal effort of wearing this mask to protect others. And it's like, okay, don't wear the mask, but you should wear a shirt that says "inconsiderate asshole" on it then, because kind of what you are, you know. And don't get me wrong, I hate wearing the mask. I'm always forgetting it. I'm always having to run back upstairs and grab it when I go down to the car because I forget it. But you know what? It's something I'm going to do, and it's something we all should do, and it's just going to help us all get past this quicker.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what we want. We want this to be over. We want it to be done.
Yeah.
My mom went to like this like hippie grocery store that's always been like really good with the masks. They have like this sign out front. It's like, if you're not wearing it above your nose, we're gonna kick you out. And somebody went there and they like took it off and they just started like singing to the vegetables.
Gosh, yeah, you know.
Okay.
So
yeah, it takes all kinds, you know, all kinds of funny people out there.
Yeah, it was like I don't know what happened to him. My mom just left the store. I don't know if they like threw him out or said anything to him.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how that conversation would go.
Yeah, what are you gonna really say? It's like you're singing to our flowers, and we're not. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just unnecessary. They don't need it to be sung to right then. I'm sure they could go without it. But
tomatoes do not need comforting.
yeah, no, not in these times. The tomatoes will be fine.
Yeah,
It's just fine. But yeah, it's just, you know, some people are in it just to be confrontational. They just want to get in people's faces. This gives them a reason. You know, they don't feel that they should have anyone telling them what to do. But yet, you all stop at red lights, right? I mean, you guys love the police. You listen to the police, right, when they tell you something. So it's very picky and choosy about, oh, here's one little thing I'm going to stand up against. When it's health, it's a health measure. You know, it's all it is. It's amazing.
Yeah,
exactly.
So, anyways, but enough on that, man. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is, you know, let's just try to get music going to get people through these hard times. Music has always been such a thing to get us through the hardest times in our life, anyways. You know, it's always been there. We've been fortunate enough to have a career in music to be able to give some of that back, because I was given so much from the bands I would go see and from going to those shows. And, you know, the albums got me through so much. And then I always just wanted to promise, if I ever was given this chance, we would all give it everything we could to try to make the best music to you know, just give it back there. And that's why it means so much when you guys, you know, will take the time to talk to us, and other people, you know, take the time to talk to us. It means so much.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like, within the music industry itself, we just want to, you know, show that, like, we know, like, not being able to be on tour probably sucks. You know, like, that's what a lot of musicians do. And when you're a kid, if you think about being a singer, or like whatever, you're like, oh yeah, I'll be able to play in front of a bunch of people. Yeah. So to not be doing that is probably really hard. And it's just nice to see, like, at least from like the bands I listen to, all the music that's been put out over this time has been great. And it's been very inspiring.
That's good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's been a lot of great records that have come out over this year. I feel bad for those artists, because usually you put out the record and you're able to follow it up with the shows, and you know, like you say, the show, that's where it really connects. But you just you know, you just got to clamp down and just keep writing. I'm in a lot of contact with my other friends that are in bands, and we're all just like, give us the go, you know, like, we want to get back out there so bad and just keep doing it. And because for us, this is kind of our sense of purpose, where I've dedicated my life to music. I've been doing it since I was 17 when I joined this band. Now I'm 45, but it's just everything that I've ever wanted to do. And I miss it so much, not being able to be out there and not being able to, you know, to share that experience with people. So, you know, you just got to kind of, like I was saying, just got to remind yourself you're not the only one. You know, sometimes I feel like it's still going on and I'm just like left out of it. And then I just have to think, okay, wait a minute. It's not just that. It's, you know, we're all in limbo, you know. I feel really bad for the older artists too, that maybe had a couple years left to tour and now they might just be done. And also some of the younger artists who are really just getting the ball rolling, you know, maybe just put out a record and you know, we're really trying to get that momentum. So this has got to be so frustrating for them. For us, it's frustrating, but we've also been doing it long enough. We have a fan base. You we're not going anywhere. We're not the biggest thing in the world either. So it's like, we're able to just kind of wait this out. Like, our fans will still be there, I feel, but it's just, it's definitely a very bizarre, surreal time for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about this a lot with some of our previous guests, but how do you feel about like drive-in shows and stuff like that?
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds like a killer idea. And I haven't been to one, but I've seen some of the footage, and it looks like a good time. I mean, you have it looks like they're allowing like 100 or 200 cars in, and you've got like 3 to 4 people per car. So that's a nice group of people. And honestly, if that's what it takes to get to perform, I would love to do one. I'd be all about it. And totally. I think we will see more things like that coming together. It's different because when you have a concert, like you have to have it in like a really big open parking lot kind of thing. So it takes up a lot of space. There's a lot of money that it takes to put on an event like that. And if you're only drawing maybe 400 people, 500 people, charging them, a normal ticket price, it's going to be real hard not to think about the financial side, but it's going to be real hard to make that a financial thing to pay anybody any money, to pay the people to set up the stage. So I wonder in ways like that, it's like we're going to have to bring in some sort of like outdoor sponsorship, like outside sponsors into it, like vans or like, some skate companies to kind of help pay for the stage, help pay for this. Because, usually we would try to get like 10,000 people to a show that size. And that brings in enough money to pay all the bands, to pay all the crews. But now it's like, it's such a limited thing. I just always think like, okay, how is this going to be like, financially, like, fundable? But, it's been going on. So there's got to be a way to make it work. And I'll play for free right now. Like, I don't care about making money off shows. I just want to like go play a concert and like get in front of people and feel that, feel that experience again. It's almost been a year. The last show I played was November 23rd of last year. So yeah, it's coming up on a year almost. So I hope we get some of those things going. We would love to do it. And we're certainly all for doing anything like that.
Yeah, because we've talked to like some hardcore bands who are like completely like opposed to it, like when when doing.
Well, yeah, I get it. I definitely get that, especially a scene like hardcore where it's so interactive. Half the crowd is usually on the stage, so it's I get it. You're very much, it'd be like playing on display. You're like on the stage and people are just in their cars watching. It'd be very different, sort of more just kind of like playing like when we shoot a music video, you're kind of pretending you're playing to the song and you're kind of jumping around, pretending there's like a crowd there. It would sort of be like that, where like you see the people in their cars, but you're not really feeling that energy. And people are like gonna be honking the whole time.
That's what I was gonna say. I could feel like when they're like ready for applause or like an encore.
So that's just totally strange. It's really weird, but like, hey, you know what? I'm not something to say I wouldn't do it. Like I just want to play music, so I will play it in a fish tank. I'll play it, in a snow globe, and I'll certainly play it a drive-through. Like whatever it takes. My guitar, it's right here. I'm never far from it. It's right here. So I just want whatever it takes to play in front of people. I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as much as I really want to see live music, I don't think I would go to a drive-in show unless it was something that I was like really familiar with.
It depends on the band for me, because if it's somebody that I've only ever had like my interest in, it's like I don't know if I could do that for the sole reason that like it would feel even less personal.
Oh, for sure. I hear you. It's got to be something you're already really into.
Yeah.
Because, if you're kind of just checking it out, it'd be just sort of like watching a movie, basically. Like you're checking it out, but it's not going to have that same, because I know what you mean. When you go see a band that you've never heard and you're in that live environment, that will win you over, just seeing that band in that environment. So that's
but
like a little different.
Seeing how they like interact with the people watching, that's what draws me to the shows. And then it's just
for sure. It's gonna be strange now. It's gonna be strange. Like you look at a band like NoFX, who are like one of the best live bands in the world, and can just feed off their crowd, and just they're so funny with the crowd, the back and forth. It would be hard for even a band like them to converse with people parked in their cars. Like it's gonna be totally different. But Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd be open to it, but gosh, yeah, it's definitely a strange sort of concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, if it was just like like where we are, there are like drive-in shows going on.
Yeah.
We're in Baltimore, but
Okay.
like I haven't seen a great guest so far.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not a rude thing. Like you were talking about people trying to get the ball rolling. I think it's like first come, I'm getting that opportunity, I'm doing it.
For sure.
Because if they're trying to get a name for themselves, then they have to do it somehow. And like for the bands that are already known, it's like I wouldn't say easier, but it's like they don't have to, I guess, take every opportunity, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does. It does because if you're really trying to build your band right now, this has got to be such a just like, just a bump in the road. It's just like you've hit the speed bump where it's like, damn, what can we do so, I think that's why you see so many people doing like playthroughs and stuff like that. Like, people playing their songs, for people online. I think that's at least something. But yeah, like if NoFX and Pennywise and us, if they invited us, like if our like 3 to 5 bands put on a show, you would have a really good built-in crowd for that in any major city, really. So yeah, it'd be much more easy for bands that are established than say someone newer to try to do a drive-through thing. So yeah, gosh, my heart goes out to artists that are, in that position. Just be patient, and it's gonna come back. Like it's all peaks and valleys in this industry. Like sometimes you're the biggest thing in the world, and a year later you're like no one even remembers who you were. So it's really a lot of that. And then and if you keep trucking, like it comes back around. Like you'll have another good area of success ahead of you, but you just got to kind of stick it out. So I think in some ways there were so many shows going on over the last few years, so many festivals, so many things. Like we all felt it was kind of like an overexposure of a lot of stuff, and there's so many tours, and everyone's packaging up because that's just kind of how it's been. Like it was the only way to really make money anymore was to tour. So we were just like, our audience is going to get burned out from this. Are people just going to stop coming because there's just constant touring?
I know, and that's like having to pick and choose because not only because of dates, but like money. Like I'm sorry, but the Hella Mega tour was a huge tour, and then the stadium tour with Motley Crue and Def Leppard. Those were both huge, and then you have just a bunch of bands doing long tours. Like My Chemical Romance made a comeback. There was a lot that happened, and like that's a really good point. I'd never thought about that. I feel like people kind of would get a little burnt out.
Yeah, we felt it was sort of coming. Like it hadn't happened yet. Like shows were still doing well. There's still lots, but everyone was just kind of like, hey, are we about to like, is the ground going to get like pulled out from under us with all this? And no one expected this to happen. So honestly,
this was definitely
like last year it was like I saw the Bouncing Souls and the Misfits on the same day. There was an Avail reunion. So it's just I don't want to say it was appropriate, but good way.
At least you got a lot of good shows in.
Yeah, good way to signify, I guess.
Yeah. At least you can look back at those. But yeah, dude, it's one of those things where at least it's giving everyone a break now. It's a forced break. This is the last thing any of us would have chosen. But what it's doing, at least it's kind of like rebuilding that fire, like if anyone was getting burned out and going to shows, that's going to be over, and I think the urgency to get back out there once we feel safe, it's going to be so great. And it's just going to be, I think we're all going to have some of our like biggest shows we've ever played.
Oh yeah, like it might be, I don't know, it might be like an age thing. I don't think I'd ever get burnt out, to be honest. But like talking, it's like, dude, like having like a couple months waiting for a concert to come is rough. But this is literally crazy. Like as soon as it can get back to normal and know everything is safe, it's gonna be crazy.
Absolutely, it's gonna be so great. It's gonna be just like we've all been in detention for a year.
I think the thing that sucks is just like the uncertainty behind it. Like if in March they were like, you're not gonna have a show until April of next year, and it's like okay, like I feel like that would be like
you could prepare. You could be like, okay, it's something to count down for.
Yeah,
totally.
Like
it's so weird.
Yeah, to look
you don't know
forward
what you're
to,
counting
but
down to now.
Yeah, there's like no end in sight.
Yeah, no, that is the worst thing is the uncertainty and just the indefiniteness that
Yeah.
Who knows? We're like, because for us, it started to where in March we had a tour set up like the end of March, and this happened. The lockdown happened like right around St. Patrick's Day. So we were like, oh, okay, well, this will probably be done in a month or two. We felt it was going to be a couple month lockdown. Then it became 6 months. Then it became so like all our tours just kept getting pushed back. You know, it was like, okay, well, we'll reschedule March for October now. Then October got pushed back to July, you know, or to next March, and then now we're looking at pushing everything back from spring to next summer. So it's just this, yeah, it's exactly what you're saying. We don't know. There's no way to actually plan for a date, and that is really just, yeah, it's so hard to really keep focus and keep your keep momentum, you know.
Yeah, totally. Like we've talked about keeping like a positive attitude through all of this, but like you said, with momentum, it's hard. Like for well-known bands, it's hard to stay consistent and like stay relevant even when people are touring.
Totally.
So yeah, like one of because we have like questions for our guests. So one of the things I was gonna say, about a year ago, you and Strung Out released Songs of Armor and Emotion, and most bands take like a year or two to promote records. So how has it been trying to promote it during these times, like as we were talking about?
Well, yeah, you know, we were able to do like one round of touring for it, and then this hit. So yeah, it's such a you know, it's just, we feel it's been stifled. Like the record came out and it got a good response, but we were like, okay, well, let's really play these songs live and just show people like what this new band is about now, because we have a new drummer. It's our first album with him, and it was just, you know, very we wrote the record really fast, and it just felt like very immediate to where we were. And yeah, it's like now we're just kind of like looking at it as, you know, okay, that's an old record already. Like we don't even, when shows come back, like we'll probably have a bunch of new material to kind of already start like playing. So I don't know, like even if we had enough songs for a new record right now, we'd probably still wait to record it, just because you don't want to, when you record it, you kind of get tired of it, like as an artist. And it's weird, like you record it and it's like you're happy with it, but then a week later you're already sort of bored with it, and it won't even come out for 3 months. So you have to, you always have to like kind of like fake that enthusiasm for something you've already created. And just the artist in us wants to kind of keep creating. So we already have a bunch of new music. So I'm thinking by like the middle of next year, we'll probably have a new record pretty much worked out. Maybe we'll record it in the next spring. And so yeah, this last record, it may have just gotten those tours, you know, that might have been like the touring cycle for it. And I don't want to wait like a year and then just continue with like where we left off. You know, I feel we need to be somewhere advanced, like a little bit further when things come back by next summer. And if that means having a new record drop around next summer or within a few months of us going back to shows, then that'll probably work out pretty good. I think that would be
know, like
good timing.
Dominic and I both being like huge music people, I'm definitely like, if I go to shows, I want to hear like what they've been working on. You know, like I want to hear what new things the bands have come up with. So I think it'll be interesting. For sure.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, absolutely. You know, like some people want to come, they just want to hear the old stuff. They just want to hear like the stuff they grew up with or whatever. And I love that. I appreciate that. But then I've always been someone like that likes to kind of go and I hope they play a brand new song tonight. I hope they do like a new version of a song or something. Yeah. It's kind of cool.
I remember I saw the Descendants in New Jersey at a Punk Rock Bowling, and they had a new album. They had Hypercapnium Spasminate.
Oh, cool!
Like a few months later, I think, and then they played like a song off that album, and it was just like hearing it before it came out was just like,
yeah, it's great. It's exciting. Yeah. It's fun to like hear that like new place where they're at and like what they're all about.
Because then you hear it come out and you're like, ooh, I heard that early.
Totally. You're like, oh, I remember that part. I love that. That was so cool. Like,
it's a lot of fun for an artist in person.
It's great as an artist too to play something brand new, because you're always very excited to perform it when it's really known or really new for yourself. And especially when people don't even know what it's going to be, it kind of like, it almost makes you want to like play it harder and play it better because it's so brand new.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Yeah, dude, we can't wait. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I remember in school, like back in March, they were like 2 weeks, and then we're back in school. And I was excited. I was like, virtual school. This is everything I've ever wanted.
I was
That would have
sad.
been
You were
great,
so
right? Yeah.
excited.
Yeah,
You were
it
literally like,
sounds great. Like, oh my God, no more school. Like, I don't have to go to school. Like, I know I would have like loved that sort of, but after a
like a
week or
2 week thing.
two,
Yeah.
yeah, especially, yeah, just a couple weeks, that would be great. It's just like another Christmas, Christmas vacation or something. But
yeah.
dude, yeah, to still be in that situation, that's
Yeah.
so rough.
It's
I was
rough.
like, yeah, like I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay.
I was just saying it's really rough.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like super excited for those like 2 weeks. I was like 2 weeks is perfect. No longer than
Right.
Yeah, and then it was like April 1st, we're coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we were all hoping. That was just going to be like a brief thing. Like, let's clamp down on this, and hopefully it's not going to be a big deal. But you just see where the the incompetence of government can really fuck something up.
Mhm.
When you have people
Yeah.
that just don't know what they're doing, and the whole world is suffering from it. Like, it's not just an American issue, obviously. It's
I
the whole
know.
world.
Yeah, but just
But
like
it's like we have a particular disdain for like science in this country and like procedure, and it's just, I don't know, man. Yeah, go for it.
Like our president not believing in climate change.
Yeah, well, exactly. Anyone should have seen this coming. The guy like basically disbanded the pandemic agencies over the last few years. Like, our
Literally
government,
2 years
yeah,
before a pandemic hits, he's like, no,
yeah,
this doesn't need to be necessary. It's fine.
yeah. And the doctors like Fauci have been predicting something like this was going to happen for like 10, 15 years, maybe even longer.
Exactly.
And what do? You dismantle the pandemic, a task force. Like, they were begging for this to go wrong, basically.
Yeah.
Because Trump just didn't see it as something that was like, it's not making him money, by having this agency, it's not making him
Yep.
money. So why would we need it? And I've always felt like he was his own worst enemy, but it's become so glaringly apparent. And to do all this shit to try to like, he fucked his own his own administration up by his own, just trying to hide the facts and
Yeah.
trying to just dismantle protections for people. You have to have some safety nets if you're a modern country, and this is what happens when you don't. So it's real sad. And
Yep.
but he is what he is. Trump has always been that thing that he is. I've known this guy my whole life, and I've always despised him since like the early 1980s. Like, it's crazy. I've always somehow known who Donald Trump was. And but that's just what he is. What's really scary is there's like 50 million people in this country that love him and support him.
Yeah.
Through like not even just voting for him the first time, but they'll vote for him now again.
yeah,
like
I've
is
seen
I'm
terrifying.
like,
I've
if
seen
you-
more
if you-
signs go up. Like,
yeah, if you
Mhm.
still support him, it's like,
Yeah, it's
where
insane.
have you been? Apparently
how
not on the
do you-
news.
How do you see what's going on in this country?
Yeah,
And
like,
how do you like, but it's what I feel is it's a lot of his support is like from just haters. Like, they see him as like the king
Yeah.
of the haters. They're just haters. They hate people that are progressive. They hate people that are, believe in climate science and things. And because they're just bitter about that, and they're allied with him just because that, it's like friends in hatred, or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't even think they fucking like the guy. So it's just
Yeah.
one of those things that is what it is. So
I agree,
kind of
because
sucks.
like Doc and I talk about it all the time. We are both like political in a sense that we're educated, and we're just like, don't support him. Like, it just doesn't make sense at this point. I mean,
if
he
if
didn't
you're a
keep any
billionaire,
promises. Like,
if you're a really, really wealthy person, then I can understand why, for tax reasons and stuff, you vote that way. And
yeah,
most people, it's all greed. It's all short-term, wealth built. Like, they don't give a fuck where they leave the country 20 years from now. It's like they want to make the money today. But
Right.
yeah, it's just the greed of it. And I don't know, man. I like I'm saying, I would get it if you're a millionaire, billionaire, but most of these people are not, and they just like, that's why I just think they just like him, because
Yeah.
he's a fucking hater, and they're just bitter fucking people. I don't know what else to
because
think.
like, yeah, once again, like, we're 13, we're not legally allowed to vote, but I feel like when I do vote, I'm not the type of person that would vote entirely for me. Like, I'd vote for the better of everybody. Like,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
not in like a humble way, but in like a everybody should be treated the same way kind of way.
Totally.
Like,
Well, that's a great way to be. That's called empathy, and that's understanding others. And it's, I'm a liberal-minded guy, but I don't hate conservative people. I don't want to like crush them. I don't want to like ruin their lives. But if you feel that on that side, that's a ruin people, and they just want to like, it's just more of a like a negative view. They want to instill this negative view where I just want like, I think social programs are good for people because they help people out in hard times. You know, I personally don't even need that stuff, but like, I think they should be there for others. I think, you know, I've seen people that fall in hard times. It's good when they have some support. And a lot of people, it's just a lack of empathy, and a lot of, I don't know, greedy people, they can't feel that until they see it happen to themselves or someone close to them. And when it happens to someone close to them, then they think it's great to bail them out. But when it's to other people that they can't relate to, they think it should never happen. So I don't know. It's a lack of just compassion.
Yeah.
Like,
hopefully we'll get more of that.
Like, okay, if somebody voted for him in 2016 and then changed their mind, realized what a bag of shit he is, okay, I forgive.
Yeah.
But if
Totally.
you still,
but you're still there,
like, that's
crazy.
You got 4 years worth of evidence right in your face.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You just had 4 years of this mother. Like, you really want 4 more years of this craziness of the people he hires coming out against him, saying what an incompetent fool he is. Like,
exactly. It's like they work with him closely day to day. How could you not believe that? Like,
and these are top generals. These are, you know, heads of gnarly corporations that he hired that are just like, he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Right.
And so that's where it just becomes, you know, there's just so much disinformation out there. It's a lot of good people that are just buying into some really dumb stuff. And I have some really close friends that have bought into this shit. And you try to talk sense to them. You try to just show them, look, dude, like, it's easy to get the wrong information. It could happen to anyone, but look around and look where this is coming from. And it's not substantiated. It's not backed up at all. And it's just, well, I heard it. Someone told me this. I heard it from that. So that is not
Facebook. Oh, it must be true.
Exactly. And I think Facebook and stuff like that has just caused so much damage to people on this planet. Like, it's just crazy, man. I'm sure, you know, I feel bad telling you guys, because I'm sure, like, you know, you guys see a lot of value in social media and stuff, and I do too. But I just think it just causes so much like polarization.
Even like, you know, that's like a heightened thing at like our age, like people that are always on social media. We both see it as a positive and negative. Like, it's a positive that we can record these and post them and, you know, talk to people, but it definitely has its negatives for sure.
It's just the fact anyone can put anything out there and it just sticks. Like, that's a scary sort of thing. But you know, but hopefully there's enough smart people out there putting out truth and contradicting, you know, or you know, countering that stuff. So, but you know, I don't have a Facebook account. I just always see what I'm hearing on the news and what just kind of, it's a crazy world, man. I wasn't cut out for this stuff. I just want my guitar.
Well, Jake, thank you so much for your time.
Dude, you got it, my man. You guys were awesome. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you guys keep it up. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up. And next time we're all in Baltimore, it'll be a great show. We'll have a lot of time. We'll have a good time.
Oh yeah. We've talked about how we're going to do like follow-ups with people once we get to see them live.
Yeah, let's do a follow-up there at the show.
For sure.
Randomly, I used to like message people on Facebook and be like, do you want to go to dinner? There's this awesome pizza place.
That's awesome.
And then like nobody would say anything. And now I'm like, I don't blame them. Like, some person on Facebook said that they were 11 asking to go to dinner.
Right. You know, you got to be careful. You don't want to, like, you know.
You meant well. You don't
want to go Chuck E. Cheese with too many kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know, no, it's just I hear you, dude, but you gotta reach out to people. You guys have like obviously got a great thing going here with this, so good on you, man, for doing it.
Thank you
so much.
Both you guys rule, and we need kids like you know, to keep this going and keep people interested in music and live music, rock and roll. I don't see a lot of rock and roll on TV or on the radio these days, so it means a lot to have younger folks like you guys into it and supporting it. So, you know, you guys are the future, so thank you, and I really appreciate the time.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll take it easy, and hit me up anytime. We'll do a follow-up.
All right, stay safe, and
all right, you guys too. You guys be careful, be safe.
Stay safe.
All right, see y'all.